The tale begins on the island of Elyria, where Valarr Qoherys, a young and ambitious dragonlord, tends to his duties as the master of arms of the Freehold. His dragon Valorax is a creature of legend, a beast of gleaming obsidian scales that shimmer like the night sky. The two share an unbreakable bond. Their destinies intertwined since Valar's birth. The skies grew dark as ash rained upon the land, and the earth trembled beneath the fury of the gods. The Doom of Valyria had come, and with it the end of an era. On the distant shores of Elyria, Valarr felt the world shudder and watched in horror as a fiery column of doom rose into the heavens, obliterating the cities of his birth. His heart raced as he heard the anguished roars of his kin's dragons, their fiery breaths silenced by the unrelenting fury of the earth. Valarr, now the last of House Qoherys, is filled with a mix of grief and determination. He knows that his legacy does not end with the fall of Valyria. With Valorax by his side, he takes to the skies, pledging to rebuild his house and honor the memory of his loved ones. As the dust settles and the flames of Valyria fade into the horizon, Valarr and his dragon Valorax assume control from the local lords without much resistance. As Valar's influence spreads across the surviving lands of Slaver's Bay, the name of House Qoherys becomes a beacon of hope and power. His court in Elyria is a melting pot of Valyrian culture, where few of the surviving dragonlords from various houses gather, sharing their sorrow and plotting their next move. The whisper of the dragon's might still resonates through the air, a constant reminder of their once great civilization. Hello, fellow travelers and adventurers. Today, we are gonna embark on a new epic story about a house that prevailed the doom, by of course not being in Valyria. But nonetheless, his whole family is dead, and he's the sole survivor of his house. And of course, his dragon, Valorax, one of the mightiest beasts of the world. He's now assumed the control over the island of Elyria from the local lord, and now is planning on rebuilding an empire on the former colonies, cities, and settlements that once were ruled by Valyria, but not as a new freehold, but as an emperor of a new empire of a Valyrian descendant. The council was debating which way they will go. They will stay on their island here to reinforce it and protect it, or will they go and conquer the remnants of the empire? They have a pretty powerful dragon, Valorax, but there were also all other dragonlords here, like the Sonarians and the Umbars. They have Rovax. They have Generis Sonarian with the Rovax, and also Neltarion with Rogar Urnebar, one of the last dragonlords here. They should use them most of the council said they should use them, send them all towards the cities of the Slavers Way to get their allegiance. But of course, Valarr was listening to all of them while he was sitting on his throne. And he said, Morgon mazigon naejot ilva mire. Death comes to us all. The council was silent at his words. Some of them asked him why. The doom is almost over. The land is no longer trembling. In response, he said, Ziri daria isajin, raelon daor zis, ia mire Valirio mire jevi. The dragon is here and will restore the Valyrian law to the land and its people. With these last words, he made known to his council that he will restore the remnants of the Valyrian might and bring back the mighty Valyrian Freehold, but not kind of the Freehold. The Freehold was dead, as Valarr knew that this will happen. In Valyria, when the Doom wasn't even a thing, Valarr knew that civil war will come eventually and will erase Valyria as an empire and its dragonlords even. Most of them feared this, so this fear kept the dragonlord in check, but their hunger for power was imminent. And even to these days, these dark days of the Valyrian Freehold dying and the remnants squabbling for power, even now the dragonlords are not united. Even in his own council was debatable. Even the dragonlords that had come to his court debated. Even they wanted actually to go away, to conquer their own territories and carve their own empires. But the Valarr convinced them to stay and rebuild the Freehold. Well, his term for Freehold was just a title, but he will want all the power for himself, and maybe he will declare himself an emperor after all. But he has a challenge. In west of Essos lies New Valyria. First was just the locals ruling it and declaring themselves as Triarch of the New Valyria. But a dragonlord from Qoherys named Orion has declared war on New Valyria and the Triarchs and defeated them in battle. With the help of his dragon Thessarion, he conquered the New Valyria and made it his new seat of power. The local Valyrian lords submitted to him and declared him Emperor of New Valyria, no longer a freehold nor a republic. Orion of House Varesis, a shrewd and cunning dragonlord, had indeed seized power in Volantis. Known for his silver tongue and golden dragon, Thessarion, he declared himself Emperor of New Valyria, his eye set on unifying the fragmented lands under his rule. The century of blood unfolds as the surviving Valyrians fight for dominance Valarr, now a symbol of unity and strength, receives envoys from the various cities and lords seeking protection under his mighty dragon's shadow. Yet whispers of Orion's rise to power in Volantis reach his ears, setting the stage for an epic struggle. As the tale tells, Valarr has now a new enemy in Orion of New Valyria. He's now attacking for lease, or slaves actually. He has a daughter, Daenerys. Cool name. But of course, we will have to get our own empire. So we march to war against Thoros and Mantaris, the closest cities to Elyria. In these wars, our beloved Valarr the Dragon, Valarr Qoherys, is one of the most powerful ruler Valyria has ever seen. Cruel, lustful, greedy, ambitious, brave, a great strategist, slave owner actually, never tried to free the slaves, he kept them in his court. Fire obsessed, he saw something in those fires. Strong, tall, a dominant voice, and imposing. A prolific character with a wise mind and a good looking face. One of the formidable fighters, brawny and inspiring leader. Is a source of morale for his troops, bringing them singing into battle. And of course, a brilliant commander. He already had a wife, Lady Shera, the High Valyrian one, lustful, selfish, envious, greedy, mystic, shrewd, fertile and immaculate, and of course a flamboyant schemer. She was one of the best intriguing characters actually of his era. He was here with his wife when the doom struck. As you saw, Valerian is not the son of Lady Shera, but the son of Neresa actually. Neresa Paenimion. When he seized power in Elyria, he married some local Essosi Valyrians, lords, daughters actually, Ahrena of House Maegir, and of course Neresa of House Paenimion, to solidify his rule over the local lords. He, when he was doing his job in Elyria, he had come with a few things: a Valyrian steel armor, a glass candle, the main Valyrian steel weapon of the house, Dragon Sphinx, a cool looking sword, to be honest, with the two dragon wings on the sides and with a pommel shaped like a dragon head. Dragon Sphinx has been in the Qoherys family for a while. And also Zobri and Morgon, also called Black Death, two Valyrian swords from his family, and a splint mail armor. This is all he has come from, with all of these artifacts from Valyria. If he knew, he had taken them all, but he didn't know, so this is all he could get. As you see, Qoherys' house has 4 skulls and a flame formed in X shape. Basically, the flame is His house being a dragonlord house also signified the sacrifice he had to make, and the four skulls and the black on a black field signifies the death he had to witness, and the death of Valyria, the old people that died that day, the grim looking of reality. So he got this coat of arms for his house. Well, let's assemble the army and march Tolos and Mantaris, also the fleets. I will show you actually the other families that survived, that are not basically dragonlords, but they are still high Valyrian. We have this is not a lord, this is a claimant to the throne of Esaria named Aerador Paenoran. Also married a Mantarian, and he has a claim on Esaria, but I don't know if I will press the claim on Esaria. Also we have some local high Valyrians, Arian Jailgar with Nerys. She's a Sosi actually. Also we have oh, they have a child also. That's good. That's good actually. Also they have Dagar. We have Dagar Aegionis, also married to a Sosi Valyrian, but she looks like a high Valyrian to be honest. These houses are like peasant houses kind of thing, merchant houses maybe, but they have the blood of high Valyrian. They are high Valyrian. And also some people that came from all over the place, the dragonlords like I've showed you before, and some noble houses that are not dragonlords, but they came to our court when they hear mighty dragon, the master of arms of all Valyria, survived with his dragon in Elyria. So his name brought all these characters here. We have the Drace, the house Drace from the Dragonstone. A few Valyrian houses that survived actually. We also have the High Tide, if I'm not wrong. Valarr High Tide, that came from High Tide itself. Another High Valyrian house from Essos, from Westeros. Master Jakar of High Tide is a Valyrian house that survived. As you know, we have the Targaryens, another Dragonlord family that survived and rules basically Dragonstone as prince of it. We have House Velaryon, a merchant house actually, and one of the peasant houses that we have, it's the Scales. They were here before Targaryen actually, and that's why they are Westerosi Valyrian. Also another house that survived the Doom, a trade house or a peasant house you can call it, is a house Celtigar. So we have a lot of houses that are high Valyrian in all over the world basically. But nonetheless, we have to pay a visit to our beloved brothers here with both our three dragons. And let's go to a battle, I guess. Also we have a lover, Neisena. Our first children was actually Laenar, but unfortunately he died a stillborn, and he was wise, prolific and strong. Let's visit her. The Battle of Tolos.
The elephants? You heard him. Nothing to worry about. Elephants! This is not a good place for a battle. You always say that, mystery gods.
commencing. Wonderful idea. Like I've said, like you see here, a lot of people are coming with pacts. Well, the path of we can enslave him. Change by. I'll execute you. Of course, burn him. The city is conquered without a shot being fired. Let's use the dragon. Dracarys. Well, that didn't age well. Nice. We can offer peace, enforce the demands. Sorry, Azantone, but you didn't try to help. Have 5 children. As you see here, we have the bloodlines of our house. A bloodline, blood of the dragon, basically, and we will have basically Targaryen flip coin event, like our sons can become lunatics and things like this. A bloodline of the dragon of old Valyria, so you get a lot of taming chances and hatching chances. Dragon Rider blood, actually we have. By the time of Lord Valarr, several members of his dynasty had tamed dragons. As a result, Lord Valarr was able to pass on a considerable amount of dragon knowledge. So the House Qoherys is a notable house. Nice. Achrena is pregnant. Let's deploy the dragon. Dracarys. Imprison someone. Okay. No, release all prisoners. Okay. Nice. That was fast. Fair peace and force demands. I don't have anything against you or the people around. I just want to unify the land. Well, as you saw before, Elyria had Borash, because Borash was basically a wasteland, a ruined province, and first decree of Valarr was to colonize that as a foothold. So we did that. Now we are going to colonize Anogaria, Draconis too. Let's actually name someone here. And yes, this is all. We will also colonize in the south part, Gozai, Delos, and the island of Elos. This would make a good stage for invasions into the Giscari lands. But first, let's create vassals here. And now we are bordering the Empire of New Valyria and his lord Emperor Orion with his mighty dragon Vessarion. I don't know, I think he has a pit. Yeah, he has a dragon pit here, as we have here in Elyria. Also, we have to give land. The first land that we are gonna give is the Draconis and Anogaria to a dragonlord. They have also blood of the blood of the dragon, and we are gonna put him in charge of Draconis and Anogaria. Also, we'll put one of the houses from our court. Let's see. Oh, he turned associate Valyrian. I guess he got into the Valyrian culture, the associate Valyrian culture. Let's name him Lordship of Borash. Yeah, let's name him. He's now the Lord of Borash, and we have the density size. And now we will declare ourselves the kings of North Valyria. Let's read these messages. Your achievement is founding the kingdom of North Valyria means the bloodline of House Qoherys is now highly respected by all the peoples of your glorious domain. House Qoherys is now considered a traditional great house of the region. House Qoherys are the rightful kings of North Valyria. Hell yeah! The Chimera of Mantaris. Wow. The city of monsters at the northern tip of the Sea of Sighs was one of the many cities founded by the ancient Valyrian Freehold, and its deformed inhabitants remember more of Valyrian than most. Now that you have reunited the lads of the long summer, once more a group of the twisted Mantarian priests come to you, acclaiming you as the true heir of the Freehold. They bring you an ancient Valyrian steel greatsword that they have held as a sacred relic since before the Doom, and offer to teach you the secrets of their order. I am the true heir of Valyria. So I'm getting the Chimera sword is a Valyrian sword, become known as the founder of the bloodline, and gain the Great Mystic, and gets a strong claim on lordship from Antares. Let's see. We also have the Chimera here, a richly decorated Valyrian steel greatsword that has beautiful blends of yellow and golden patterns infused into the metal. A large red sapphire sits between two ram heads on the hilt, and the pommel is a rearing snake. The blade shows the fine craftsmanship of the Valyrians were capable of, and has been jealously guarded by the twisted priests of Mantaris for centuries, until such a time as a worthy heir, the freehold of all Valyria, emerges. Well, we have Dragon Sphinx, our ancestral sword of basically now the kings, and Zobria Morgan will be more of a heir thing, as was Dark Sister in the Targaryen lore. So that's cool, to be honest, to see the true heirs. We also got a bloodline, if I'm not wrong. Yes, Qoherys bloodline. King Valarr founded the kingdom of North Valyria, bringing respect to House Qoherys throughout the region. With each victory, Valar's legend grew. He crowned himself king of the newly formed kingdom of North Valyria, a testament to his valor and might of Valorax. His reign marked the rebirth of Valyrian spirit, as he brought order to the chaos left by the Doom. Yet, the shadows of the past loomed large, and the whispers of prophecy spoke of a great destiny. Well, our beloved king has crowned himself king of North Valyria. And now, beautiful feast will be held on the island to celebrate this victory. Oh, he actually crowned himself Lord of Draconis. That's cool. Son was born to Kings Valarr and the dragon. Oh, King Valarr the dragon and Naisane, named Aerys. Okay, acknowledge him as mine. He's also a bastard of mine. To be educated in this martial parts. Let's grant the other lords Mantaris the Duchess titles and Tolos. Oh, where's Tolos? Here. And also let's grant Borash. Oh, we can't. Oh, only the Lord of Borash can do that basically. Okay, we can form the island of Cedars. Oh, I like the crown of Shera. I'll spend lavishly on food. Son was born to Mamix. Oh, nice! They have a son of high Valyrian descent, but he's short actually. Interesting, to be honest. Unfortunately, Jakar doesn't have any children. Most of the preparation for the feast has been made. Now I only have to send out the invitations. I hereby invite you to Lord Tirevar, Galix, Dagar, Rogar, Master Laymond, Stormsinger Baelis, Master Dagar, Stormsinger Visenya, Master Magan, Stormsinger Eleila, Master Dairon, and Stormsinger Dagar. Nice. He's now a Lord of Borash. Let's grant him a gift actually. More gifts actually. Maybe he will need all of that. Okay, so the wandering minstrel entered the castle singing and did not stop until he found me. With a flourishing bow and one long, sad tone from his lute, he finished his song and asked for my patronage. I'm just looking for some entertainment for my feast. While I was busy preparing for my feast, a troop of wandering jongleurs arrived at the castle. They looked a bit ragged, but their performance entertained the whole castle. Perhaps I should think about offering them my patronage. They'll be perfect entertainment for the feast. For real, this is the feast for our crowning. The pregnancy has made my wife Achrena much more talkative and cheerful than usual. She never misses the chance to chat with anybody within earshot. Unfortunately, most scholars agree that a pregnant woman should spend as much time as possible resting in a dark room to avoid giving birth to a sickly child. She should rest for real. The guests have finally arrived in Elyria. They have been given bread and salt, as is their guest right. All is now ready. The cooks have worked day and night preparing the food. Our stocks of Horis pale green wine have been replenished, and the castle has never looked lovelier. Welcome to my feast. Also, we need someone, I see. An advisor, okay, and a master of ships. The dark rest may be good for my fortunate child health, but it is proving to be determinant to my wife's mental stability. She's finding it harder to sleep at night, and has become twitchy and impossible to deal with it. How unfortunate. Vaeghra spoke up and told everyone how great the food at my feast was. I was really glad someone was kind enough to say something nice about the food, given how hard I had worked to ensure that food was the best part of the feast. That was well spoken. Thank you. General Sonarian has used his attendance for the feast in Elyria to present a petition for justice before the court. He claims that Aelix sullied his honor by having illicit relations with his wife behind his back and demands recompense for this slight. Aelix, is that true? Oh yeah, it is. Oh well, that's unfortunate. Alex is clearly not guilty. No. Alex must be arrested. Let's see, 20%. Yes, Alex must be imprisoned. And I do not pity unfaithfulness. Well, that's kind of an irony, I guess. Let's execute him. And of course, I'll not burn him. Feed him through my dragon. Yes, let my dragon devour him. But her request remedy is stating that she has been disposed of her lands by armed thugs. The Dinebion should be a part of their liberty. She claims now that I have nothing where she once in her right. Now send some men to restore order and peace. You committed much gold to this extravagant feast. In particular, the guests were impressed with the large centerpiece on the dice table. It represented a green lawn surrounded with large peacocks, feathers, and green branches, to which were tied violets and other sweet-smelling flowers. In the middle of this, a fortress was placed covered with silver. The fortress was hollow and formed a sort of cage in which several live birds were shut up, their tufts and feet being gilt. On its tower, which was gilt, the banners of House Qoherys were placed. It was worth the coin, to be honest. The last of the guests has returned home, and everyone agreed it was the year's greatest feast. It had great fun, and so did everyone else. Well, that was beautiful indeed. We have to name a new advisor. We'll name Tirevar, and High Admiral will put, I think, someone new. For the moment, it will be the Lord Galix of Tolos. This will help people to love me, or well, the local lords. Let's name some new bodyguards. Let's put Airdahor and Dagar. He also went associacy. Okay. I think the culture of the region is influencing them. Court Jester, let's see who hates us. Oh, you will be. Put Taster, let's put Dagar. Master of the Royal Elephants, let's put Rogar. King's Justice, let's put Maelmar. And new commanders actually that we need. Airdahor, Galix, and Rogar. And that it is all, my beloved friends and adventurers, lords and ladies, merchants and distant cousins. So, this is all for this episode. Our beloved king and dragonlord, Valarr of House Qoherys, also called Valarr the Dragon, has reunited North Valyria, mostly of it. We just have to conquer Howling Bogs, or at least to colonize it, but that later on. And we have colonized everything in the area that has been destroyed by the waves of the Doom. But in the next episode, the next adventure, we will attack the Giscari remnants. Mirin, Yunkai, Astapor, and Nugis will fall to their knees, begging for mercy to the dragonlord. So, this was the first tale of Valarr Qoherys, but much more will come. So my beloved adventurers, travelers, lords and ladies, merchants and knights, this is all for this tale. Don't forget to subscribe, to comment, to like and share with your friends, and see you in the next one. Goodbye, my friends.